Wednesday soul session.
Wednesday soul session.
Yeah.
And the sun is shining.
The sun is shining, and we're going to talk about
spiritual growth.
Yeah. What is spiritual growth?
What is spiritual growth? Yes. It's I think we can often misunderstand the concept, or I think we all have probably a different understanding of the concept.
Mm-hmm.
So, and because we all have our own truth, what we are saying is not, we don't want to judge people, or we just merely want to state our truth in the matter.
Yeah.
And maybe build on our experience, because we have gone through phases of different understandings of the concept.
I think in the beginning we agreed that when we started on the spiritual path almost 20 years ago, we agreed that enhancing our connections to spirit was spiritual growth, and
doing meditations. So taking part in development groups,
learning things like healing, mediumship, and other things.
Doing spiritual things.
With the focus on enhancing the connections and helping others. But then we learned, maybe the hard way, not because of what we were doing, but because of life, that spiritual growth for us is about focusing within. It's about working on us and having the focus on ourselves instead of others around us. And, things like working through our traumas, enhancing our connection with Mother Earth, with nature, finding peace within, and so many other things.
Yeah, I mean, spiritual growth, of course, spiritual growth, when we grow spiritually, a part of that is enhancing our connections with the spiritual world, and with just the world in general, and with Earth and everything that everyone and everything that inhabits the Earth with us, no matter in what dimension that is. But the growth doesn't happen until we take what we experience during our spiritual work and we implement it in our like earthly reality, let's say. So the growth doesn't just happen in our connection and with enhancing our connections. That's of course one part of growing, but because we are having what do you say? We are spiritual beings having an earthly experience. We are here to learn. And if we don't use the wisdom that we get from the connections to enhance and grow ourselves and work through our shit, so to say, then we are not growing.
No. For us, it's practical thing. As practical housewives.
Yes. Or practical project managers from the corporate world.
Yeah. Then it's a practical thing to focus on spiritual growth. And for us, it means working with ourselves. And it means that we need to face, when we're not having a good day, we look at why. Is it just because we are off? Yeah, that can be one of the reasons, but it can also be because something has been triggered within us, and that comes from the past. And also, life is not static. I mean, it happens and things happen. So that's something that we need to deal with. And for us, it's about actively dealing with things when they come up and when we are ready to work with them and work through them so that we can heal. And we need to heal. And we all come with a lot of things into this lifetime that we need to heal. And then life happens. And we all experience trauma in one way or another, and often in different ways, because we all have different backgrounds. We come with different experiences into this life. So that we need to work through and face what we have been going through. And that's one of the ways that we can enhance our connections. And also it helps us to just find the inner peace, to stay grounded.
Stay connected with ourselves.
Yes.
Mainly.
And connect with our hearts.
Yes. We meet a lot of, we could say spiritual or spiritually oriented people in our work. And of course, people have different ways of looking at spirituality and spiritual growth, of course. But it's quite common, we think, to see spiritual people that are working as healers or mediums or doing, I don't know, it doesn't matter what kind of energy work, working with other people, but they never work within. So if they are feeling bad, they do not trust other people to lead them through the process of healing. They just say, we're going to do it ourselves, or I'll do it myself. Or some people even say that while I'm working with others while I have a connection while working with others, I am also working with myself. For us, that is an illusion. You can never focus on yourself while you're working with another person. And that's kind of like, I would say that's a great escape route. So you don't have to face yourself, but you need to give yourself time and to be brave enough to trust yourself, to trust other people.
And we can enjoy the energy while we're working with others.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that we don't have the capacity to focus within and really look at what it is that we're working through. And that's something that we need to do. We often need, and it's something that we need to do to learn. And how we learn is by looking within, by going through therapies like healing, like past life regression, hypnosis, or any kind of other ways. And also, through meditations, we can look within through a lot of guided meditations.
And go through processes like you can say, for example, our 9-month course, your personal transformation, which is designed exactly for growth and for people to look in the mirror and really take a hard look and take responsibility. And being a spiritual person that is growing means that you need to take responsibility for your life. And that means admitting that you're human, admitting that you will always have challenges. You will not always stumble, no, but we will stumble now and then, and we will make mistakes. And that's just a part of being human, yeah. And we do that all the time. I mean, but what can maybe indicate that we have grown is how we approach the fall. What do we do afterwards? What do we do after we fall on our butts? That's what makes all the difference, I think.
Do we pick ourselves up and start working through the experience?
Do we point at other people and blame them for us falling? Or do we take responsibility and really learn from what happened?
Do we apologize when we need to and make peace with ourselves and others around us? And also from my experience, it's being able to accept and fully accept that we all have different paths and we all have different goals for coming into this life. And we all need to go our own way and really accept that. And then the codependency will be much less than it is, I think, normal for many of us. And all this connection within and really living our life in a way that gets us closer to why we are here. I mean, why did we come into this life? And connecting with our heart and feeling what our heart is calling for and what do we enjoy doing. And it's not as simple as just leaving the current job and, going out and traveling the world for the next 3 to 5 years, but it's more about, where do I want to go? What do I want to do for myself? And what really gives me joy? And how do I feel good within? How can I find peace within? And how can I be and stay peaceful? Because I think that's one of the biggest differences for me, is that I am able to feel peace within, even though there is a lot going on around me. And there is often a lot going on around me. But this is a huge difference. And the connection with nature, the connection with earth, just being able to step outside of everything, outside of the chaos, outside of the storm, and just really be.
And I think we can, if we look at ourselves, especially if we are spiritual practitioners, or alternative practitioners, be getting tongue-tied here. If we have been unhappy or stagnant in our personal life for a long time, if we find fulfillment in our work, but we're really unhappy in the rest of our lives. I mean, we see a lot of people like that. They thrive through their work and the connection that they have through their spiritual work, but in their daily lives they're quite unhappy, or they may be fighting all kinds of illnesses and physical and mental illnesses because they don't grow, and they are stuck in the same frame or in the same patterns for a long time, with the illusion that they have grown spiritually.
Yeah.
And that's illusion that's very easy to get trapped in. And believe me, I've gotten trapped there quite a lot of times, so I know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what life is. I mean, as you said before, we stumble and we fall.
Yeah.
And I mean, we often come into the office in the morning and we ask each other, how are you today? And sometimes life is not that great.
No.
And there is something behind it when we can talk through it. And we are very lucky because we have each other to support each other. Yeah. But also we quite often go to other people that are able to hold space for us so that we can work through whatever comes up. And that's something that I feel I need to do regularly. It's not something I do 2 or 3 times a year. Usually at least monthly, I go through some kind of therapy, like healing or anything else that supports me.
Chiropractor, all kinds of things.
Yeah, that's in addition. That's one part. And then I do all the rest as well, because I need to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And my body needs to be ready for all the energy that's flowing to it and through it. And that's one of the ways for me to grow, obviously, is to really be focused on continuous growth.
Yeah. I think that's our 2 cents about spiritual growth.
Yeah.
It would be great to hear what you think. So please share your views or experiences with us in the comment section below.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
See you next week.
Yes.